All right, good to get back out on the field today. Guys had a lot of energy, and I think they're really excited for this matchup. Very challenging place to go play and team to play that we struggled with early here, and had a chance to win, or ended up winning last year. So new challenge to go try to win on the road there. I think we've, as a program, won once there in 20 years. So be exciting to have this opportunity and go in there and play a complete game, which we'll need to win. These guys got good players, really good coaching, and this year, like a lot of years, they're, a very different team at home. So don't start taking into account last week and how that score was and what that means for this week. That won't mean anything.
I'll be the one to ask any status on Jordan and his progress or status moving forward.
Yeah, we anticipate him playing, and so that's all I got for you. We do anticipate him playing.
Coach, what's kind of your relationship with Hugh Freeze like?
I haven't been around him that much. A few times over the years, my brother, when he coached here, and really appreciate how he treated my brother, and had nothing but good interactions a few times with him and SEC media days, and so and obviously we played him at Liberty when they played here, so that's about it.
What were the points of emphasis over the bye week for you guys?
Tackle better on defense, working on pass defense in the back end and keeping the ball in front of us, limit explosive plays on offense, the run game, and being consistent with that, and third downs.
Did it help seeing what LSU did to Auburn this weekend? Kind of help see what you do with that defense at Auburn?
I don't look at it that way. LSU does that to everybody. So, like I said, after we played them, that's got to be, I think I said at the time, maybe them and Washington, the best offensive personnel in the country and hardest to defend. So they pretty much score and move the ball on everybody. So I think Auburn plays really good on defense. They're really well coached and play really hard. And a lot of people have struggled to move the ball against them.
What kind of profile did you see in Dejon Anthony in the portal this offseason that led you to think he could help you? And how has he kind of compared to that, what you've seen so far this season?
Yeah, he has really good size, speed ratio, and movement skills of, what top players have. So sometimes some of these guys we just try to fit in, and maybe they're really good players, but they don't really size, speed ratio maybe look like NFL guys. He does, so, and I think he's got good leadership skills and it's made some good plays for us.
Obviously, you and Hugh Freeze entering the SEC within a couple of years of each other, kind of at the end of the 2000s, beginning of the 2010s, and then going back to the SEC for a second stint within a couple of years of each other as well. I guess, I know you can't speak directly for Hugh Freeze, but how much tougher is it to come back to the SEC kind of in just this era of college football?
I don't know that it's tougher. I think the SEC's been tough for a while. I think actually, I can't speak for him, but when I came in, it was really tough. That year you're playing Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, Steve Spurrier, so I think for me at least, both times has been really tough and really great players and coaches that you play against.
How are you viewing the SEC right now? If you look at the landscape, seems like to me there's some parity there, but do you agree with that statement?
I do. I don't have the exact answers to why. I think that, and I don't watch all the games, and but the scores seem like that. that there's a lot of parity and upsets and, so, or even the marquee teams, seem to some teams that you wouldn't think at least hang around with them longer than they used to. So I'm not really sure why that is. People will say it's portal and, I'm sure if you ask them, Alabama and Georgia, they'd say, well, it's because they lose, players in the portal, especially some second team guys in depth. But I don't know that you can make that argument because they also go add great players too when spots that they need help at. So I'm not really sure why that is. My guess would be that's not coaching. It's not just, for the portal. I would think a lot of times you need to look at quarterbacks and quarterback play. And I think being able to watch some games and like see the Pac-12 this weekend, when people say about the Pac-12 being the best conference, and how does that happen when it's kind of been down for a while? Well, look at quarterbacks, look at quarterback play. Is why that argument to me comes up.
Lane, you mentioned Auburn being a different team at home. What makes that the case in your mind?
I don't know that answer. I mean, the analytics support it, certainly. You can see our record there. We like breaking records and doing things. So someone said, if we win this game, it's the first back-to-back wins against Auburn in 71 years. So that's a pretty exciting thing to be able to do. I just think that place, haven't played it here, haven't played it at Alabama, just sometimes has kind of some magical things happen in it. That they're always sold out. Fans seem to be in it all the game from the beginning on. And they seem to play better there, especially at night, if you look at the stats over years.
Coach, looking at their defense, they seem to be doing very well against the run. Turnover margin for them because of their defense has been in their favor. What do you see in their scheme, and or is it just good players?
No, I think that they coach really well. They don't do a ton of things. They do them really well. Their defensive coordinator was at Baylor when we played them and did a great job against us then. So I think that it's kind of more to the simple, effective schemes, meaning not do as much but do it really well and coach it really hard and play physical and tackle well. And they have really good players, too, that, were left there.
Auburn seems to play both Ashford and Thorne at quarterback pretty often. Is it more difficult to prepare for two quarterbacks?
It is what it is. Quarterbacks are a little bit different, but Thorne moves around a lot better than I think people initially probably thought in this, that one was the passer, one was the runner. So I think that he's thrown the ball really well this year and done some really good things, and they've just missed some things, whether guys aren't making the plays or not on some deeper balls. They just haven't hit those plays, but I think Thorne's done a great job.
Obviously, Priestcorn's dealing with some pretty big things back home. I'm just curious, is he back here at the facility, and do you anticipate him playing on Saturday?
Yeah, he's here. He'll play. Like I said before, that's a very tough situation for anybody to go through, let alone in the season. And he has some other personal things going on too. So I just really commend him for really what a man he is and how he's handled all of it and fought through it. And this was not new information. He's known this for a while, which obviously makes it even more difficult to deal with his father's condition. So he's really a stud.
Kind of on the same vein with Jordan Watkins, but just going into the back half of the season, is there one particular receiver who hasn't played as big of a role the first 6 games, really kind of, you anticipate really kind of breaking out just in the latter half of the season?
I can't predict that. I would certainly like to see that happen. Now they haven't gotten a lot of chances, but Sakari Franklin and Braylon Brown and Aiden Williams, all had good bye weeks, and really like to see us give them more opportunities, and they seize those opportunities when they happen. All right, guys, thanks.